Oh. Thank you, YouTube, for the advert. Yes, we got a Etihad 787 on a rollout. Just fasten my harness and we'll capture that. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Airliners Live show. Harness is in place. Let's go. Working at heights 101. Safety harness. Safety first. Right out the gates we got a Etihad 787-9. Sort of the standard variant that Etihad fly to Manchester. They occasionally fly the Dash 10. I've seen that a couple of times. I'm not sure about the exact numbers about their fleet. I know they have A380s as well, which do have a bit of an uncertain future at the moment, I'm afraid. They don't fly them to Manchester though. However, there was one time, I think it was last year at some point, or maybe earlier this year, where they did fly to Manchester. I think it was earlier this year, where they had a diversion from Heathrow and they came to Manchester. Autofocus is having a whale of a time today. Let's see, we've got an A320, is that a Neo? Looks like one. Might not be. Just landing here at Manchester Airport on runway 23 right, which is the runway in use today. Same as yesterday. And yes, that is a Neo, you can see. Just tell by the much larger engines, the CFM LEAP engines, they're known as. What's the registration on that? Anyone see? It's a Hotel Bravo, is it? Looks like Hotel Bravo on the nose there. Let's have a look. Hotel Papa, is it? Is that a brown sauce? It is Hotel Papa. It's a very saucy plane. Fellow British people will know what I'm talking about. Kind of engines, love them. EasyJet A320 Neo just kicking off the show there. Now a bit of good news, we noticed yesterday that the Virgin A330, which was parked on the taxiway just here, has now been moved. And also the two 737 Maxes have been moved as well, which would have been residing at the end of the taxiway down there, just before that building over there, which is the airport pub. Etihad Dreamliner, just taxiing to the start of the runway now. We'll see her depart soon. Chris Scapolo, yes, it's brown sauce, indeed. Saucy plane, I've never seen that before actually. I might have seen it at Knocklock the Reg. As you all know, we've only recently started doing this whole naming regs of EasyJets. Quite new to that business. Just jumping over to the Facebook chat now. A couple of people already on Facebook. Hello, how are you all doing today? A couple of new names in there, but a couple of OG representatives. Wendy is in there, Colin Bolton is in there, Wayne EGCC, all very familiar names on the channel here. Graham Hill's in there, Kirsty Gleeson, Manic Mum herself is in there, Billy Prescott is in there as well. So the occasion today, as you can see from the title of the stream, is we've got a arrival of a brand new aircraft straight from Toulouse. It is a Virgin Atlantic Airbus A350-1000. Like I said, it's just come straight from Toulouse. It's done a couple of test flights over there a couple of months ago, and then it's going to be straight over here with us in Manchester. Unsure about what route it's going to be flying. It's obviously all to be announced from Virgin. I don't think they have announced anything of the sort just yet. But we do have confirmation that Virgin will be flying a 787 here today to Manchester. Now, the problem with it is it's been delayed. I'm going to come out and say that straight away. It was expected in at around 2 PM initially, and it's since been delayed, sadly, for whatever reason we don't know, until about either 4 o'clock or I've heard 5 o'clock more recently. So it's sadly something we're not going to be able to catch just because of the lighting conditions. And I mean, it's an aircraft we're going to see a lot here at Manchester. It's going to establish a route. I've just noticed the mic isn't plugged in. Good start. Should sound better now. Give me a second. Yes, it should sound better now, ladies and gents. It was just using the internal mic then. Matt Smith saying there's a TUI Dreamliner on the way out. Okay, another Dreamliner. Wow, Dreamliner City right now. We're talking about a Virgin 787, and there's a Etihad 787, and then apparently there's a Dreamliner as well. As you all know, I don't really have radar apps open as I'm streaming too often. I do have a look every now and then just to see what's going on. So if you guys can keep me updated, that would be fantastic. Right now I just go with the flow. I just react to what's going on at the airfield. Ian Meadows saying it's much better. Fantastic. Yeah, it was. The microphone and the camera is okay. It's actually, I've done a few shows with it before, but this camera, as you can probably hear, it's a little bit more ideal for what we want here on the channel. Forecast today is rain, as you can probably hear. It is raining at the moment, but also, now I'm a little bit excited about this. I don't know how it's going to look on the stream. Maybe a bit of snow in the next hour. Forecast. It is cold. Is it cold enough for snow? I'm not sure. It's about 4 degrees at the moment. It feels a lot warmer than yesterday though. Yesterday's stream, it was an absolute graft because it was raining quite heavily at times, and it was windy and it was cold, and we were there since 7 AM. Anyway, Etihad 787 Dreamliner on the roll. Let's catch her. There's your positive rates. Let's get that gear in. There goes the gear. Awesome. Didn't seem too loud today, the 787. It's a bit hit and miss with the 787s, I've noticed, in terms of noise level. Sometimes they absolutely make one hell of a racket. Sometimes they don't. And I know for a fact that they don't always use max thrust on the departure. So that probably that has a lot to do with it. Nick Barth saying it's so much better without the Virgins in a way. I agree. That Virgin A330, and prior to that they had the 747s as well in the way, which, don't get me wrong, is a great view, but if they could have just moved them a bit so they weren't in the way of the taxiway, that would have been nice. But anyway, they have been moved completely now. They are now situated, I'm not sure exactly where they are. I haven't actually checked. I'm sure someone in the chat might know. I'm assuming they're sort of around Terminal 2. Anyway, the TUI Dreamliner is moving out. Just on cue, another Dreamliner. It's a shame the Virgin Dreamliner is so late, because we could have made this a full-on Dreamliner show. Anyway, I did say yesterday I love the TUI Dreamliners. I think the livery looks amazing on the Dreamliners. That long, curvy, sweeping livery. So iconic, and it just fits the shape of the Dreamliner so well. It's a very curvy aircraft, very modern, well designed. Just a staple of aviation, really. A lot of people's favourite aircraft. I've personally not flown on one. However, I'm actually told by people who work on them that the lighting and the overall atmosphere of the aircraft is really comfortable. And I'm not just talking about the seats or the leg space, it's more the actual mood lighting creates an atmosphere that your sort of brain is quite familiar with, as well as the dimmable windows as well. It just makes it a really comfortable aircraft to fly on. And apparently, if you've got sort of a long haul flight on one, you're looking at arriving and feeling great, really. You know, your body hasn't had its circadian rhythm disturbed, its sleep cycle, no jet lag. So I'm told, anyway. Again, I've never flown on one, so I'm not speaking from experience, but I've heard a few people say the same thing. But a very modern aircraft nonetheless. And maybe similar sort of prospects for the 777X, which is coming out in the next year or so. I can hear something else taxiing else. Oh. Something smaller. It's not quite a Dreamliner. Is it EasyJet? And yes, the rain is falling at the moment. It is not heavy rain as such, but it is standard Manchester weather here. You know it. We got treated to a very nice summer, though, I will say that. It was lovely. Do you guys remember the streams over the summer in August and also September as well? Some really nice days. And looking back at the stream of the arrival of Ruby Tuesday back in, it was either July or August. I'll have to get my facts straight on that one, to be honest. I do have it written down actually on my phone, so I can go and check that. But I remember the day, it was an incredibly hot day and it was lovely. And to come out of lockdown and to have such lovely weather, and especially me, I don't have a garden in my home, so I spent a lot of lockdown staring at walls. It was very nice. No planes though. I mean, I know today's quiet. You can see that it's not the busiest day. There will be some movements, of course, but back then, oh my gosh. Back in the summer, before all the low-costers started flying again, it was you'd spend about 8 hours at the airport, well I would, and see about 7 planes. It was a bit scary, really. TUI Dreamliner is rolling at the moment. Love a bit of TUI. That's an incredibly early rotation from the Dreamliner, probably the earliest I've ever seen. The gear's already up. She's well on her way. That might be a test flight actually. Could anyone confirm that? It might actually be either a test flight or a circuit, or or maybe just a very low load factor on that. There's the EasyJet there from before. Your camera is making a crackling noise. That is the rain, I'm afraid. I don't think there's much I can do to stop that. Let me quickly, bear with me a moment. Let's just see if I can wedge a towel on the mic. Hang on. Right, there's a low chance of this helping, but I'm going to try it anyway. I've got a little devious little plan here. Because I know what you mean, that crackling sound is annoying. I hate watching the streams back and not being able to do anything about it. Right, that might be better now. Let me know. Let me know. Looks like a Boeing on the way in. A 737, is that? Looks like a Ryanair, to be honest. Let me know if the audio is any better now. It might be. And then I'll tell you what I did, because it's not great. Wow, that's some serious spray right there. Audio is a ton better. Listen, I don't mess around, me, you know. The solutions are at hand. I'm glad. Here we go, straight out of the car wash. Or the plane wash. Ryanair 737. Got the wipers on. Welcome back to Manchester. Hope you enjoy your stay. Now, we usually find with the EasyJets, by the way, just so I'm not disappointing you guys, you don't usually see much of the rotation. Simply because they rotate so early. And obviously we're on the other side of the runway at the moment. So a lot of the times you do miss the rotation. But I'll try my best. Noisy plane. Standard 737 behaviour. And as that taxis in, we've got an Airbus A320 Fly Pigs taxiing out. Fly Pegasus. And there it goes. Just like I said, rotated extremely early. Into the very grey sky here at Manchester Airport. Okay. Anyway, just adjust some things on the old camera cover here. It's rather botched at the moment. There we go. So what I did to recover the audio situation was I just added a rag, like a rag I use to clean the lens and things like that, to between the microphone and the camera cover, and it seems to have worked, which will make the listening experience a lot better. And myself and Martin are both audio engineers as well by trade, so by the way, it's very, very nice here. What a filthy day! Oh, it's standard. Yes, I mean the visibility's not awful. I've seen it much worse than this. But there have been better days, I will tell you that now. And to spend all of yesterday out in the rain and the cold and then come back to it is not the most fun experience, but I'm not complaining, to be honest, because I actually love streaming. I love being here. Yeah, the rain is definitely picking up now. There is no lie in that sentence. It is getting worse. Like I said, it's pretty standard here. Nothing out of the ordinary. Victor Tilson saying blue sky and sunny in Gloucestershire. Keep the rain. I don't want it here. Yeah, I'll keep the rain. Fine, I'll keep it. Don't expect any sympathy when it rains down there and not up here. Oh wait, that never happens. Pegasus just taxiing past the airport pub at the moment. Again, we do need to get back down there one day. Ideally when it's a little bit busier, because you can see the sort of views you do get from there. I do think you do get the closest views of this taxiway and runway 1 at the runway visitor park. But you know what we're like, we like to switch it up every now and then. But the runway visitor park is a little bit easier when it's bad weather, just because the Aviation Society have facilitated us with a hut which has power and a platform where we can see very clear views from nice and high up. I'm not indoors though, I am still outside. I am on the balcony, exposed to the elements, and wow, she's really using a lot of runway. Let's see where this goes. Pegasus A320 on the roll. No waiting around. Have a look at the spray from this, by the way. There she goes. A lot of spray. A lot of spray. Billy Prescott, thank you for donating 50 stars, by the way. I massively appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Manchester is lovely and not all the time it rains. Oh, I mean, yeah, it doesn't rain all the time. It's just when we're live that it rains. That's how it works. There's something on approach here, just one of the ops vehicles just parked up in the best view in the house over there. What have we got on approach? A couple of people in the chat saying the A350 is running a little bit early, so I'm going to keep an eye out for that. After this aircraft's coming, I'm going to check the radar app and see where it is. Looks like we've got an EasyJet on approach now. It's got different temperature bulbs on it. It's got a warm white and a cool white. It's like my office. Doing a nice job of drying the runway out there. Those Neo engines again. That's the second EasyJet we've seen today, which I think is 2 more than we've seen yesterday. So that's a good sign. And I also see in news that the Emirates A380 yesterday had over 400 passengers on it. So that really shows that the A380 is actually getting its use in terms of passenger capacity. Lima Charlie on the registration. Loud and clear. If you can think of a better name, be my guest. As you can see, it's a very wet taxiway there. I'm not going to show their faces, but there's 2 chaps who have just set up on the mound with a very big camera, almost like a broadcast camera, and did like a little news piece, and then now they're packing up. They were here for about 20 minutes tops, maybe 15. I wonder where they're from. That camera does not look like they're messing around. I thought they were going to do a stream. That would have been fun. Yeah, it looks like they're packed up. They just they showed up, did a little video, and now they're going. Probably thought, oh, it's too cold and rainy. I'm not staying here. It's not worth it. What fool would stay here? In fact, look at the mound, by the way. So if you want to come down and get the best view in the house, there is space for it, of course. The weather is a bit of an off-put, but it's not that bad. You know, it's like a cold swimming pool, you know. You dip your toe in and you go, oh, that's a bit cold for me, I'm not getting in that. But when you dive in head first, you'll be fine. There goes the EasyJet A320 Neo, making our way in to the terminal building right there. Right. Oh, we had a new member. Gordon Farmer's Forge with a 99p donation. Wow. Could buy myself a brew with that. And Cameron Flying Banana with the Premium Economy subscription. Thank you very much, Cameron. I do appreciate it. On today's show, I think I'm going to have to keep the chat on supporter only, and that is just because it's only myself here. It's quite hard to read the chat and keep up. Especially yesterday, it was just absolute madness in the chat. It was madness. We had probably, it was around 3,000 live viewers at once, so it got a bit wild. We do have moderators who are fantastic at their job, but there's only so much a human can do. And Julia Bill Byrne with the 50 stars as well. Thank you very much, Julia. I do appreciate that. A lot of people sending in stars already. I really do appreciate it. And I have no idea what that currency is. Is it Hong Kong dollars? Is that what it is? Keep up the good work, mate. I do appreciate it, Gary. I don't know how much that equates to, but I'm very, very thankful nonetheless. With a donation over on YouTube. Listen, if you're watching on YouTube and you're not already a paying member, but you're also a YouTube Premium member, apparently, depending on your country, you may get a free month of subscription to being a member for us. So to check that out, if you have it, hit the dollar symbol at the bottom or press join, and then follow the steps. It might be free for you. And it means that some of YouTube's money is going to us to help support the channel. I mean, it's better, you know, rather it go to us than YouTube, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm amazed at how many supporters we have now. It's insane. On YouTube alone, we have over 100. Like, that is such a huge number. People paying to support us, to stand out here in the cold and bring you live aviation. And I also got very distracted there, and I was supposed to read out an update on the Virgin Atlantic A350 delivery. This autofocus is not having the best day, is it? What is this? Is it Air France hop? Looks like it is. Whoa. Big flare there. And get that nose down. There you go. That was a big flare. Popping a wheelie. Stopping nice and quick as well. A lot of spray. Catching the rain in the engines. Welcome to Manchester, where the sun always shines. Eccleston Angel dropping $2. Love my Manchester boys. Oh, listen, we do our best. You know what we're like. Good to see the face coverings getting used in the flight deck on this Air France hop service. We also have our favourite Scandinavian A320 on the taxi out as well. Right, as that taxi's out, I'm going to catch an update, which is what I was going to do initially, and I got distracted. So apologies for that. Right, let's have a look on the flight radars. Right, roger that. Speaking of France, the A350 has come from Toulouse today, which is the Airbus plant where it would have been manufactured, assembled. A350-1000 it is today. An awesome aircraft. That TUI Dreamliner, by the way, someone in the chat probably mentioned, it looks like it's a repositioning flight and it's on its way to Newcastle. So that's probably why it was so lightly loaded. And yes, it's a brand new aircraft today. A lot of people in the chat noticing the similarity between the name of the aircraft and the registration yesterday. It is a Airbus A350-1000 with the registration Golf Victor Tango Echo Alpha TEA in the registration, and the name is Rosie Lee. Which, prior to my research, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what the connection was there. I just thought it was called Rosie Lee. Cuppa Rosie Lee, Governor. Yes, Chris. Chris knows. Oh my gosh, you're too kind, Spotting TV, saying that you shared the stream on many different pages. I really appreciate that. That is very kind of you. Billy Prescott, cup of tea. Exactly. You know it. You know it. How do you donate on Facebook? The best way to do so is to use either Patreon or the stars functionality. If you hit the star button at the bottom of your screen, you'll see how to do it all there. It's quite easy. But also, I'd highly recommend becoming a Patreon of the channel. They're the guys who help make all this free. Of course, as you all know, we don't charge for our streams, and we never have, and we never will. We're all about the free content for everyone to enjoy. But of course, that means we've got a lot of costs that are incurred on the channel that need covering, and then fabulous people over at Patreon, YouTube, and Facebook all do a fantastic job of accommodating them costs, helping us through, and allowing us to buy a cup of tea and some chips as well from the RVP. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Very thankful yesterday for Jenny Watts, one of our supporters, offering us a cup of tea yesterday during yesterday's stream. She's seen us. She's seen us. That's a weird thing to say. She's seen us at the RVP, seen we were all freezing to death, and said, "Do you want a cup of tea?" And also shout out to Matt Smith, who today, one of our moderators, that is, offered me a cup of tea in the morning. I had to decline because I already had a drink, but I do appreciate it, Matt. Little things like that do go a long way, I'll tell you that. A lot of A320neos today. Here's an A320neo Scandinavian. A lot of spray again. Oh, there you go. The cloud base is pretty low, to be honest. She's already starting to disappear. So yeah, it is looking like the A350 is going to arrive in about 40 minutes, I'd give it, based on its current location. So obviously under an hour, assuming all goes to plan with it. All is okay. Alan, thank you for the 50 stars. Welcome to the 50-star club, my friend. Hashtag VIP, Robert Johns. Yes, that's an old thing that we used to do. People in the VIP community could put hashtag VIP in their messages. back in the day. Kirsty Gleason saying they just signed up to be a supporter on Facebook. Thank you very much, Kirsty. That's very much appreciated. Let me just check that went through. That's awesome. Yeah, it looks like it went through. Thank you, Kirsty. Yeah, through these tough times, especially here at Manchester, it's obviously getting busier now, of course, and hopefully with the news that's surfaced here in the UK, that we're going to have a little bit more of a busier airport soon. We're estimating that in the next few months it's really going to start picking up, based on the sort of slots that we're seeing being booked with the airport and things like that. So we're hopeful to bring back normal shows in the coming months. For now, we're extremely excited to bring you these special movements. There is rumours surfacing that Antonov will be running a few services to Manchester in the coming weeks. So I've never seen an Antonov at Manchester Airport personally. Probably some of you guys in the chat probably have. And I know Airliners Live did a stream back when it was Martin and Charlie. Might have been a year or two ago when the Antonov, I can't even remember which one it was. Was it a 124, was it? We'll have to look that one up. Are the chips available today, says Chester Mike UK. Listen, I don't actually know. Yesterday I got completely sidetracked, I apologise. I could hear a helicopter or something flying over. You guys hear that? But I can't see it. And as you know, the cloud base is very low today, so it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that it's above the clouds. Sounds pretty low though. Chris saying it's approximately going to arrive at 1:45, so it's running a little bit early by the looks of things. It's a Westland heli, says Vision Thing. Thank you very much for the update. Stephen Wetton, have I done this right? You have indeed. 100 stars. Thank you very much, my friend. That is massively appreciated. 100 stars. Brilliant. And Billy Prescott, just straight away with the 350 stars. Well, as it's an A350 we've been waiting for, I think it deserves 350 stars, indeed. I'm excited, as you know. It is my favourite aircraft, the A350-1000. It is a beautiful aircraft. Everything about it is perfect. Big engines, long fuselage, curved, long wings on the end, and as well as a flight deck which literally looks like it's straight out of NASA. And Aid Frank with 200 stars on Facebook. What is going on? You guys are going crazy. A Cessna 510 due in 10 minutes, saying Carl. Thank you very much, Carl. We'll keep an eye out for that. It's one thing I love about Manchester Airport, especially now, is the variety that you get. We have an A380 that's in at the moment, I believe. In fact, look at this. I didn't even notice this, but look at this. Do you know how you know there's an A380? How many engines is on that wing? I could see 1, 2, and I could actually see a bit of orange on there. You know what that means? It might be the Orange Expo livery again. We had it yesterday. But yesterday we only seen it come in, and it departed yesterday later on in the day. They seem to have a bit of a longer turnaround time at the moment on the A380s, and I'm assuming that is because of things that are going on in the world that may cause crowds to be more organised than they would usually. We've seen that go out yesterday, but it wasn't on stream, sadly. But today we hopefully will catch it going out. I believe that's due out soon, actually. Am I right in thinking that? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Aid, what? I still owe you 50, but the bloody thing glitched, and then you sent 50 stars. Listen, you don't owe me anything, but I really do appreciate it. The stream is free, remember? Don't forget that. But listen, I'm very thankful for that. We're almost at 747 viewers on YouTube again, by the way. Oh, is that going to happen? Is that going to happen again? Quick, get the ops vehicle. Bit of practice on the camera. I do like get myself down a lot with my camera work, because where I'm standing right now, anybody who's seen me live stream in person or seen photos of it, they probably know the struggles that we're going through. The camera is currently situated on a handrail of a balcony. And it does require a lot of bobbing and weaving to operate, especially when it's raining and it has a cover over it. So I have to dip my head in and out to see the screen. But it's better than no stream, right? Am I right? Yes, we just passed 747 views. That's awesome. Listen, it was such an iconic stream yesterday. It was so emotional. I watched it back when I got home, the whole stream. Man, that was sad. To see the last 747 depart Manchester, and we were saying, might as well get a good photo of this, get a good video of this, because we're probably never going to see these ever again at Manchester Airport. And man, when you think of it that way, it's heavy, It's sad. We did have seven 747s at Manchester, believe it or not. The names were Ladybird, Jersey Girl, the Falcon, we all remember the Falcon, G-Flip that is, do you remember that? Barbarella, Forever Young, Pretty Woman, and Ruby Tuesday. Fantastic names on them 747s, by the way, and they will be remembered. And you may have seen, especially those in the VIP lounge, and I think we did show it on the stream yesterday, myself and Martin were saying we've got a bit of shelf space, and we want to buy another aircraft model. And he's got a couple of military ones. There's a couple of airlines that we really want to get models of, and what better way to sum this year up on the channel than the Virgin 747s? They have given us so many emotional and great streams, and it's been an absolute honour to capture every single one of them moving out of this airport and onto their new homes, and wherever they may live. Of course, some of them may be scrapped, some of them have gone to new owners. We don't know. It'd be amazing to keep track of them and see where they end up in the world. But I know cargo conversion is on the cards as well. It looks like a lot of them were purchased by Atlas Air. I'm not sure about Ruby Tuesday though. That is the one that's on my radar the most. We've got a small aircraft flying in. I think it's a Cessna. A Citation. You can really see the dip in the terrain when the biz jets go down. It's a bit of a shame with a smaller aircraft like these, but I can imagine that she's going to have absolutely no problem stopping in time for us. Hopefully not too early, really. Like we miss it. And as you can see, she slowed right down. Probably going to use the taxiway just ahead of us. It's an interesting interesting registration on that, by the way. I will say so. You'll get a better view of that when the taxi's past. I know there's an Aer Lingus ATR with a similar registration. Operated by Globe Air by the looks of it. Looks awesome. And if anyone does become a supporter on Patreon, let me know in the chat and I'll give you a readout. Sadly, Patreon doesn't have the same alert system that stars or supporters have. But of course, if you do become a supporter, it does help us cover the costs of the channel. It also gives you early access and a few little pre-stream content, little extras behind the scenes, as well as 20% off selected merchandise, which a lot of VIPs have been making use of. And that actually does work on the 2021 calendar as well. As you've noticed, we have a 2021 calendar. It is available for immediate shipping now. The stock is in. A lot of them have been flying out the window. Myself and Martin have created a calendar comprised of iconic aircraft you see here at Manchester. No two aircraft you see on the calendar are the same. Lots of different airframes on there: 767s, 777s, 747, A320s, A330, and a lot of iconic airlines as well. We are very proud of the calendar, and you guys have been going crazy over it. You can find that on our merch store, which is on airlinerslive.com/shop. Go and check that out. And you are supporting the channel with your purchase as well. 777 views on YouTube, by the way. Eccleston Angel, I see your message. I'm not reading that out. David Habnett with the 50 stars. Thank you for making this content. Thank you for the stars, David. I really do appreciate that. And listen, we do our best. We're trying. We are trying. Robert John saying he made his own calendar as he does every year. That's awesome. Nothing wrong with that. When is G Liz back with you? Missing the banter between you. We're working on it. We're working on it. She is obviously still a moderator on the channel. She was down here yesterday, so we had a good chat. But there is just a few little technicalities with getting her on the stream that we need to sort out with restrictions that are in place at the moment. I won't get into detail, but we are doing things. We are adhering to all the rules, and obviously with being at Manchester Airport, they have a lot of regulations here as well for the safety of the public and things like that. So we are adhering to them rules, and we're not, we're not just doing whatever we want, basically. And that's the reason why she's not been co-hosting on the stream. But yeah, I'm sure she's massively missed. She is an awesome voice to have on the channel, and you guys love her as well. So my whiteboard operator. Billy Prescott saying the A350 is over the English Channel at the moment. It's getting close. 30 minutes away, says Christopher Dean. Oh my gosh, I'm getting excited now. We are really out with the old and in with the new here, aren't we, at Manchester? Ruby Tuesday going yesterday, and then the new aircraft arriving today. Really is. Changing of the times at the moment. And Jordan Collier with the 50 stars. Thank you very much, Jordan. It's crazy how, did anyone ever see that article? I think it was on Simple Flying, saying that in the next few months, that, I believe it's from February, that EasyJet are going to start charging for overhead lockers. Did anyone see that article? They're making changes to their baggage policy, and they're actually charging for the use of the overhead locker going forwards. Let me try and find the article. I'll find out who wrote it first, and then I'll read it out. Thank you for the shares of the stream, by the way, everyone. I can really see them coming in. Massively appreciated, as always. Sorry, I got distracted by the model story as well. I'll come back to that soon. Oh, it was on BBC News. EasyJet to charge for overhead luggage lockers. EasyJet customers who want to use overhead luggage lockers will have to buy more expensive tickets. In a move which provoked criticism on social media, EasyJet has changed its luggage policy and will start on the 10th of February. Customers who don't buy the more expensive tickets will be restricted to putting small carry-on bags under their seat. EasyJet said the changes would improve punctuality. But some customers have reacted to with dismay on Twitter. Oh God, God forbid, God forbid. Calling it a terrible move. It's like Ryanair, monetizing every opportunity in a race to the bottom, they've said. Currently, all customers are allowed to fly with a cabin bag measuring up to 56 by 45 by 25 centimetres, enabling them to put a small wheelie suitcases into overhead lockers like most people do on low-cost airlines, to be fair. There doesn't seem to be any technicalities about it though, in terms of size and things like that. One question that does come to mind from myself is, would you still be allowed the full bag size on? Because surely that size of luggage, you know, the typical hand luggage on wheels setup that most people use on budget airlines, surely that wouldn't fit under a seat, right? Am I right in thinking that? Don't you think they should be trying to attract business? People will look elsewhere. On the flip side of that, Miles, here's a thought. In doing this, and it is a Ryanair strategy. We all know Ryanair, the base ticket price is very cheap, and it is when you start buying all the extras like the bookable seats, the extra luggage, their strange luggage policy with, is it you have to pay for a large hand luggage bag and you get a small one for free, something along those lines. It is with the Ryanair way that allows you to charge, allows them to charge less for the base ticket. So it means that you can fly for a lot cheaper because the people who are paying for these extras are effectively subsidising the service a little bit more. That would be one way of looking at it, a bit more of a positive spin on it. And I'm assuming it would allow EasyJet to subsidise their costs a little bit more via that extra, which means that if you were someone like me, and I'm sure a lot of you guys who literally just take the bare essentials when they travel, surely you would have a bit of a cost saving there. That's just a speculation, that's just an opinion, but it would make sense, right? However, you know, one way to look at it as well is it's been a tough year for EasyJet and many airlines, and I'm assuming they have a lot of costs to recuperate, and they've sort of had to get a bit creative. And Miles saying that obviously they want to attract the customers. Well, the airline market is very competitive, and the race to the bottom has always been there. You know, whether even for business class tickets, you know, you still want to get it as cheap as possible while making a fair amount of money. But these airlines are just, they need to recuperate all these costs they've lost, you know. Whether it's by, you know, they've had to just let off so many staff members and sell so many assets just to make it through. It's a Logan Air. Looks like it. Nice smooth touchdown. I'll catch up with the chat shortly and see what you guys think. I'm curious to see your opinions, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. I know at face value it sounds like a bad thing. It's not great for ticket prices. It makes it all less convenient as well for the passengers. You have to now buy more extras on top of your base ticket price. And what also comes to mind is it sounds like it's going to make it a little bit more complicated, just knowing who's got what tickets. How are they going to enforce that? Are they going to check all the bags for the tags like before takeoff, make sure every single one of them has the appropriate tags to fly, and store them in the overhead lockers? How are they going to enforce that? Classic tartan tail on that aircraft. It is stylish. I like it. Logan Air have continued to fly quite often over the last few months. Obviously a regional airline flying from Isle of Man, Inverness and places like that. A couple of other regional operators have made appearances over the last few months, such as Blue Island, Eastern Airways, and even Aer Lingus have been flying the Belfast City to Manchester route quite occasionally, to be honest. Definitely feels like a daily route. I'll never waste my time. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat at the moment. That's true, Richard Hodge, and that is a very positive way to think of things. You know, when we are out of these times, everyone is going to want to travel. You know, we've had just a year of the majority of us who would have been travelling just staying in the country. And I know I'm in that boat as well. As soon as I can travel within restriction, I will. Like, I really want to. We even have plans of travelling with Airliners Live as well. We have some ideas in the works. We've even done the micro work on getting it all set up so we can book it when we're allowed to, of course, when it's all safe to do so. Another note on the subject of the EasyJet cabin pricing policy change. Has anyone else ever been on a flight that's had to be delayed because they didn't have enough space in the cabin for storage? I've had that 2 or 3 times now with EasyJet, especially, where everybody brings on hand luggage, and I just don't think there's enough capacity for everyone to bring on large hand luggage bags. And a lot of the time it means that the flight gets delayed, not by a lot, but a couple of minutes, as they have to sort of get people to volunteer their bags to go into the hold luggage. And it's a pain, and it does mean that people have to volunteer as well. It's just a bit silly, really. Dora saying that they're ready to fly anywhere at this point. Yes, I am. Just get me on a plane. You know what I mean? Gordon Farmers Forge saying EasyJet are just trying to make up for the downtime, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. They've had to, every airline's been the same, they've had to adapt to the situation, A lot of airlines taking on a lot of cargo. But I know, and there was an increase in cargo demand over the past year. But at the end of the day, they're all going through it. There's work to be done to recover. It's not an easy road. It's not a simple road either. Changes need to be made. Matt Smith just saying that the A350 is now on descent. Here we go. This is the one. Just catching up on Facebook now. Billy Prescott, I just seen your message. As well as giving the 50 stars from before and the 350 stars for the plane, I think it deserves 1,000 stars for the A350-1000. Billy, you're a legend. Thank you very much, Billy. I owe you a drink when all this is blown over. You're a legend. I hope you're well, mate. 1,000 stars. That is... wow. Darren Shields saying that the bags are going to be half the size as the current ones, so they do fit under the seat. The old cell cabin bags can be put on hold for £7 according to the TV last night. Okay, that sounds interesting. It definitely sounds like they need to do some work to work out what sizes can go in where. Previously, I know Ryanair have this where they have 2 different hand luggage sizes, and I think EasyJet are just going down that route, to be honest, just in a different way. We'll see, and at the end of the day, I feel like it justifies them being able to charge less for the base ticket price. Which, like I said, for someone like myself, or I've seen a lot of you in the chat agreeing, saying that when you travel, you often don't need that many things, hand luggage for me is enough for any holiday, to be honest, unless you're going long and far. If I was traveling the world, I wouldn't just take a hand luggage bag. Calvin Jones with 100 stars on Facebook as well. Thank you very much, my man. That is appreciated. Simon James in the chat. Hello. I've not seen you in the chat for a little bit. How you doing, buddy? Carl saying Virgin is nearing Coventry. Awesome. Miles High saying they went to Mexico for a whole month with just a carry-on. Yeah, that's pushing it. That's pushing it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever booked hold luggage myself. Except when it comes... I remember Thomas Cook used to have a policy where you'd get it included with the flight. And I used to use that a lot, and when it's free, you know, you're going to use it. But when flying with a budget airline such as EasyJet, Ryanair, or even Flybe, I used to use just the hand luggage. Chester Mike saying there's a KLM 777 flying overhead at 39,000 feet. Yeah, that's going to be a tricky one to see, isn't it? I don't know if you can see the quality of the clouds at the moment, but no chance of that. When will Virgin be putting this new A350-1000 into service? I am not sure. They haven't announced anything official on that topic. They are just simply storing it here at Manchester for the time being until it goes on to whatever route it's going to be fulfilling. We don't know is the answer. Matthew Kane saying that they're picking up the A350 on the scanner now. Oh, how exciting. Just bring a hoodie with pockets, jacket, coat with pockets, cargo trousers, and then the under the seat bag, and you're sorted, says Alan. Yep, pretty much. That is your guide to travelling the world right there. Travelling the world on a budget. All doable. Not these days, but you know what I mean. Speaking of hoodies, ladies and gents, Martin received stock of our first batch of hoodies yesterday. Oh my gosh, they are lovely. So soft. We have the iconic 747 design, and as well as the retro Airliners Live design, which I know a lot of you guys have ordered already. They're going to start shipping out soon. Ladies and gents, if you haven't already, check out the merch store. This time of year, Fantastic Four hoodies. You can't really see mine at the moment because I'm wearing a coat, but I would highly recommend the hoodies that we have on sale. They're very warm, very, very soft, premium material on those hoodies. Many different sizes and colours. Go over to airlinerslive.com and check them out. I'd highly recommend doing so. We have the 747 design as well as the Airliners Live retro design. Highly recommend checking them out, of course. Go and have a look, see what you think. The Aviation Society have purchased some offers, so you will be able to buy some from the Aviation shop here at the Runway Visitor Park, including a couple of shirts as well, which I think look fantastic as well. Very excited to see them in the shop. I'm very excited to be seen out and about wearing mine, and I'll keep an eye out at the Runway Visitor Park for any of you guys who are wearing the merch. I've seen Jenny Watts yesterday representing the 747 hoodie, looked fantastic. And just like the calendar, your purchase helps support the channel, which, you know, is amazing. We don't make a lot on the hoodies though, I will tell you that though. We have to, we're not charging a lot. You know, our philosophy when it comes to clothing is we want to have a product that is actually good quality, looks good, and you know, you guys would actually want to wear and not pay a fortune for that. So we decided to not take a lot of money at all on the hoodies, just simply because we want the value to be as good as it can be. Oops, it's Andy. Yeah, it's me, Andy. Just by myself today, I'm afraid. Martin is in work, and I've got work later today, so myself and Martin are accommodating these live streams around our busy work lives. We don't have anywhere near the amount of supporters to make this a part-time venture just yet, but maybe one day. But the people who are supporting the channel thus far are making that a possibility. That's on the cards. Yes, the RVP shop will have our stock, our merchandise in here. They have previously, to be fair. They used to sell our beanies and mugs and a couple of other bits and bobs. And there might be one or two items of stock left there still. I'm not sure. They are selling, so I'm not sure if there is. Jane Harker saying, blue skies and sunshine here. Jane, come on. Cut me a break, yeah? Virgin now just 10 minutes out, according to Matt. Almost 1,000 people watching over on YouTube. If you're not over on YouTube yet, go and say hello. Quality, not quantity, am I right? Exactly, you know. With the merch, it's more about just having something that people can wear and represent, show off their love for the channel in public. And like I said, it'd be amazing to see people at the RVP wearing them. I've already seen one. So airlinerslive.com, check it out. It's in the description as well, by the way. Something on approach at the moment. Camera is really struggling in these visibility conditions with focusing on things that are... Oh my god, look at that. It is a Ryanair, it looks like. Oh, yeah. Yes, look at that. Oh my gosh. At the car wash. That was, wow. That was a lot of liquid being built up on the runway over a lot of time. And this Ryanair's just had the biggest splash of its life. We love a bit of spray, don't we? 350 is apparently the next one in, according to was it Matthew Kane who said that? Appreciate it. Look at that. The lighting on it. Absolutely beautiful. Not much chance of a pilot wave today, there's no one here. Other than myself hiding behind my tripod. There's the wing bounce. Hashtag wing bounce in the chat. Not so much on this plane, is there? Ryanair 737 arriving at Manchester Airport. Great view of her. And you could probably see the condition of the rain here at Manchester at the moment on that shot as it was taxiing in. It's not the most fun time in the world, I will say so. I am getting rather peckish as well, so I probably will wrap the stream up after either the A350 has arrived or the 747, sorry, the A380 has departed. I don't know why I went to say 747 then. It's almost like I'm in the mindset of a 747 departure. I wonder why that would be. Right, whereabouts are we with this 350? I'm assuming it's due in soon. I'm just going to zoom out a bit so I can have a look on flight radar. There we go. I'm going to have a look on the radar app and see where she is. Oh my gosh. Ladies and gents, she's at just 7,000 feet now. So she'll be here soon. Golf Victor Tango Echo Alpha is the registration on the arriving aircraft today. Rosie Lee. I'll have a Rosie Lee, please. Dora saying that she's 8 minutes out. Amazing. She'll still emerge from the gloom like an angel. Yeah, I just hope the autofocus on the camera is able to get a sharp snap on it. It probably won't, but we can try. Oh, Anna McCone. What can I say, guys? Loving your work. Having discovered you this week, great photos and coverage. I will still try and come down, but as it's snowing on Winter Hill, I'll have another hot Vimto and watch your channel. Stay warm, guys. Thank you very much, Anna. I do appreciate the very kind words there. Really means a lot. I hope you enjoyed that, Vimto. Martin's in the chat. He's partial to a good warm Vimto. But I'm glad you're here with us, Anna. That's very kind of you. Yeah, apparently it's snowing around Manchester at the moment. Not quite here at the airport, but it was forecast to snow. I've not seen anything yet, though. Is the conclusion there? Would have been nice to see some snow, though, wouldn't it? Ben watching from Naples, Florida. Amazing. Actually, ladies and gents, you know what we haven't done for a while? And I want you guys to join in on this before this arrives. Let us know where you're tuning in from today. Put it in the chat and we'll see what crazy locations we got. Or if anyone's local as well, that'd be awesome. Let us know now in the chat where you're tuning in from. We'll get some readouts going. The aircraft doesn't have an approach apparently, so it'll be here soon. I'm excited. Altringham says Richard Hodge. Not far at all then. Croydon says Mikey D. Ramsgate Kent. A lot of UK viewers. Belgium says Steve Creed. Ghent is that how you pronounce it? Stockport says Phil Loxham. Phil Loxey as I call him. Loxy. Chris saying the Qatar is on radar. Awesome, Chris. Rainhill in Liverpool. Chester Mike, I'm originally from Liverpool. Probably maybe able to tell in my accent, I don't know. Kevin Henry VIII watching from home. Yes. That's the answer. Over to sunny Liverpool, says Billy Prescott. Oh, you're from Liverpool as well. Awesome. Portsmouth saying Natalie. Woodhouse Park says Carl. Amsterdam says Scott. Would love to go to Amsterdam. Schiphol Airport is one of my favourites. Rosie Lee is over Stockport now. Oh my gosh, that is so close. Oh, I'm so excited. Leicester saying they're watching from Trinidad and Tobago. No way. That's awesome. Michigan says Nicole. So a couple of US viewers out there. Alabama, USA says Shannon Bale. New York State echoes an angel. And Scappy saying that the 350 is on radar. Sorry, the A380 is on radar now. Getting all my numbers mixed up there. In the snowy hills of Mossley, says Lee Davis. Hope you're well, Lee. Our star charity donator. That will never be forgotten, Lee. You'll forever be known as the absolute legend who donated £1,000 to charity on our stream. A380 is getting pushed back now. Just about to see her. So we'll get a much better view of that when once you start to taxi out, and I'll probably end the stream on the A380 departure. And obviously we're going to catch the 350 arriving as well. Clapham in South London, just left of Europe. Thank you, Calvin. Appreciate the £5 donation. Ladies and gents, I think I've got visual of her. If this is her, I will be quiet. I'll let you guys enjoy the arrival of this aircraft. I have no idea if the camera's going to be able to focus on it. We can try our best though. It is mainly down to the visibility being poor at the airport. But I think this is her now. Yeah, this is her. Ladies and gents, the arrival of Rosie Lee for the first ever time straight from Toulouse here at Manchester Airport. Virgin Atlantic Golf Victor Tango Echo Alpha, the A350-1000. Very warm welcome to Manchester. Rosie Lee. Little pilot wave there as well. That was very nice, very pleasant. And that is the newest addition to the Virgin Atlantic fleet. An A350-1000. What a stunning aircraft that is. Absolutely love that aircraft. Unbelievable. Wow, it's getting busy now actually. Right, we'll wrap it up after this bunch of movements. Of course we have this Air France Hop Embraer on the way out. Oh god, that was awesome. Okay, so we've got that. We've also got the Qatar 787-8 moving out. Look at them engines. What an amazing taxi shot we're getting here. And this is just because the Emirates A380 is still starting its engines and waiting for the taxi out. So these aircraft are using the other taxiway just to get out. And you can hear, I don't know if you can just about hear it, but the A380 is starting its engines. All four of them. You actually see the wingtip there of the 350 as well. She is, I don't know if she's still moving. Looks like she is, the A350-1000. Just making its way to the stand. An awesome little few moments lined up for you guys. Stick around. Liverpool fan 1967 with the £5 donation. Thank you very much, my friend. I do appreciate that over on YouTube. And Billy Prescott with 50 stars. Thank you very much. Wow, Billy, thank you very much. You've donated so much today. Absolute legend. Could not thank you enough, honestly. We've got the Qatar departing now. Another airline that's been pretty consistent and daily over the last few months. Obviously they seem to be sticking with the 787 now. They were flying the 350-900 for a while. How good was that? It was amazing. You can just see how light the aircraft was when it touched down. Carl Hanlon just saying good footage guys. Thank you very much, Carl. I appreciate it. Chris Brown with the membership over on YouTube. Ladies and gents, can we get some bing bongs in the chat for Chris Brown? Becoming a brand new VIP on the channel. I appreciate it, Chris. Very, very kind of you. Yes, the pilot wave as well. How awesome was that? Pilot wave, spectacular view, great touchdown. A350-1000 straight from Toulouse. Welcome to your home for the short future. There they are, the bing bongs in the chat. Sadly, I'm not certified to say the whole bing bong announcement, as Martin is on the flight sim streams. It's making its way over to these streams actually. But I appreciate the chat filling in that role. Bing bong. Welcome to the community, Chris. Get yourself in the VIP lounge. Oh, here comes the A380. Look at this view. Yes. Opportunity livery. The Orange Expo. She's taxiing out now. Look at the size of her. The tail alone. It's like a high-rise building. Air France Hop kicking up a bit of spray though on the departure. What a fantastic way to end the week, though. Gears already up, nice and quick. The rain has not stopped though, I'll tell you that though. That's your weather update. Oh, look at that view. We've missed the A380. I can't believe how oh, the taxi lights are on as well, you see that? They must have only just switched them on. The A380, how did we go without this aircraft? Fantastic to have it back. I've missed it dearly. Billy Prescott, what are you doing? Yes. Dropping 380 stars, and I'm not gonna spoil as to why he's dropped 380 stars as this big bird fills the shot. I really want to see the snow now. I'm actually quite partial to a bit of snow, but I've not seen any snow yet at all. It's just been dreary, not that exciting rain. Qatar on the roll. Let's catch head apart. 787. Positive rate, there it is. Get her up in the air nice and early, above the Concorde hangar. Apologies. It's getting a bit dark now as well, actually. You can't really see it too much on the camera. There's good reason for having them taxiway lights on. Thank you, Billy, for the stars, by the way. Many thanks, guys, for all you do in all the weathers. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate it. It's very much appreciated. The UK delivers water sprays as always. That's what we're all about here in Manchester, I'm afraid. You keep the snow up north. We haven't got any snow here yet. I'm a little bit disappointed by that, to be honest. I would have liked a bit of snow. A little early Christmas present. Yeah, it looks like the weather forecast has changed from snow to rain. Pretty standard. I know a lot of people around Manchester have been experiencing snow, but sadly it looks like it's not going to happen today here. Chris Brown saying great footage. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you for becoming a supporter. I do appreciate that. Cessna 510 is now powering up, says Andy. I love the name. The King is going indeed. The King is leaving. Apologies, I'm not operating the camera at the moment. I'm just in my own world. Here they go, though. I'll tell you what, though, people at the pub are getting a good view now, though. I would love that view. Here she goes. Just getting onto the runway now. Cessna just rotated, or EasyJet. I can't actually see what it is, to be honest. Just rotated. Didn't see the rotation though, sadly. I did see. Oh my gosh. Well, we didn't see much of that, did we? Wow. Hopefully the A380 we get a bit of a better view of. Jeez, I think the rain is definitely getting heavier. That's 100% for certain. No word of a lie right there. I'm curious what that media team was before. Some random media team showed up at the RVP before. They had a big broadcast level camera. They had a host. And they set up on the mound earlier on. This was way before the A350 arrived. I don't like to show faces on the stream just because of GDPR and all them regulations, but it was interesting, and I'm curious if this is going to end up on any television shows. Anyway, the A380 now departing with a photo bomb from an EasyJet. Like a missile. That was fast. Loads of spray there as well. Something just touching down as well. What is this? Another EasyJet. I kind of don't want to stop streaming now. It's getting a bit busy, isn't it? Especially with all this spray on the runway. It's a bit special, really. Right, I might catch this last EasyJet depart, the one that's taxiing out at the moment, and then I'll wrap the stream up there. But thank you so much for all the stars and support today, ladies and gents. It's really appreciated, and it really does help us a lot get by these quiet times. The airport is getting busier now, and we're getting more big planes every month. So hopefully in the upcoming months there'll be enough to put on a decent show. And we've got loads of ideas of things to do, places to see. Lima Mike on the registration of this, it looks like. This is the one that Martin named Lasagna Mate. How much of a fan of that name are you guys? I'm not sure. If you can think of a better one, be our guest. It is Lima Mike. Oh no, it's not, it's Lima Hotel. Bamboozled. Lima Hotel on the registration. I don't know what that registration means. An EasyJet A320neo. Oh, a Eurowings just touched down as well. Oh, a photobomb. Just a regular A320 by the looks of things. CFM engines. Kicking up the spray. Yo, yo. Do I want a drink? Do I want a cup of tea? I can't say no to that, can I? Rosie Lee. A Rosie Lee, yes. I'll have a Rosie Lee. Sugar. Cheers, Matt. Sugar. Do I want sugar? Yes, please. And milk, yes, please. It's always a bit awkward when you order a cup of tea. What do you want? Just sugar and milk, I don't know. All the things. I don't know how he's going to give me this cup of tea because I'm up on a balcony. We'll have to work out the logistics of it soon. I mean, I'm going to be wrapping the stream up anyway. So that'll be a good, we'll end it on a Rosie Lee, shall we? Eurowings A320, not an A330, sadly. Blimey, look at the weather in this place, they're thinking. Who'd want to live here? Who's that bloke on the balcony filming in this weather? What is that lunatic doing? Last departure of the day in EasyJet. What a stream today has been. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. It's been an absolute blast hosting the arrival of the A350-1000 straight from Toulouse. This is the third one we've caught on the Airliners live stream. Of course, you all know we've caught the first one, which was Ruby Slipper, and then we caught Purple Rain, and now Rosie Lee arriving at Manchester Airport from Toulouse. A very warm welcome to you, and I do want to catch more as they get delivered. I'm not sure about any future ones yet. Stephen McGuinness saying thank you Andy and Matt for today, guys. Thank you very much. Matt's been on the mound, he's been moderating the chat, he's been taking photos, so hopefully we might have a photo of Rosie Lee in the spray. The A350 was so elegant looking. Listen, I absolutely loved it. I think it looked fantastic. Thank you, Chris Brown, for becoming a supporter today, by the way, my man. I really do appreciate it. Just having a look on the old Facebook. What's going on? David Michael saying, sending 500 stars, saying keep warm. Andy with a little cup of tea icon with that. Thank you very much, David Michael. I appreciate it. I'm going to go and grab a cup of tea. Look, sounds like Matt's going to buy me one, which is very kind of him. A cup of tea will keep me warm now. A Rosie Lee. And I hope you guys in the chat are having a nice warm Rosie Lee as well. On a very cold and miserable day like today, where, to be honest, the rain is looking quite sleety now. So it is starting to snow, it looks like, in a sort of sleet form. Sadly, no early white Christmas, but who knows what will come in the coming weeks. Yeah, it's definitely starting to sleet now, 100%. It's probably not visible on the stream. Hey, this is really cool. It's snowing basically. Wow, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. It's been an absolute blast, though. Like I said, we haven't got any streams planned coming up yet. Yes, Scappy just saying that it would have been nice to catch the 787 Virgin arriving. That would have been awesome. Sadly, it didn't happen though. I'm going to ask you guys, is there anything coming in soon? Just because if this snow gets any more snowy, it would be nice to catch a shot of an aircraft arriving in the snow. I don't think it's ever happened on Airliners Live before in the 3 or 4 years that we've existed. Yeah, the 787 is not arriving till, well, it's going to be dark by the time that arrives. It'll be about 4 or 5 o'clock, I'm told. Kieran saying thank you, thanks Andy for such a great show. I appreciate it, Kieran. And Paul saying thanks Andy for getting out there in the weather. Listen, I do it for you guys. A lot of you guys are supporters, I know, of the channel already. I do appreciate it. Anyone who becomes a supporter on Patreon, YouTube or Facebook, I can't thank you enough. It's doing so much for the channel, especially in these quiet times. When did the A380 return to Manchester? I believe its first flight to Manchester under regular schedule was on Wednesday this week. However, it did make an appearance back about a month ago as well, and we caught that on the channel. Oh, the next is due in about half an hour time. Yeah, it's not worth it. We're going to wrap the stream up. It doesn't even look like that much of a snowy. It's like rainy, snowy, sleety. Not very fun, basically. So we're going to wrap the stream up there, ladies and gents. I do hope you enjoyed it. Listen, become a supporter if you haven't already. Check out the calendars because they're ready to ship now, as well as the merchandise, clothing especially. Keep yourself warm with an Airliners Live hoodie. They're fantastic, very soft and very warm. Great material on them. Very proud of them. And I'm definitely gonna be wearing mine in the coming weeks as well. And thank you for the support, everybody, as well. Mucky weather, I know, Stephen. That's exactly how it is here. I'm going to wrap the stream up there, though, ladies and gents. Thank you all for the shares, follows, supports. If you're not a follower or a subscriber yet, please do become one. It helps out the channel a lot, and you'll become notified as to when we go live next time. And good to see you back, says Duncan. I appreciate it. It's great to be back. And I hope you all have an amazing weekend. We'll be back hopefully next week at some point. We'll just see what the traffic is like. And yeah, thank you very much. I've been Andy, and we've been at Airliners Live, and we'll see you next week at some point. Have a great weekend and stay safe, everybody. I'll see you soon. Thank you very much. One moment.